Welcome back to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, in collaboration with our boy Wavy Boats, and it's another Wavy Guru production back down here at 79th. And I'm not gonna lie, I love boating with the best of them, but my man's taking it to the extreme right there. It's a little more boat love than I would like to give, but he's just trying to clear that drain plug up so it can come out just a little bit faster. But for some reason, it's still funny to watch. Boat Ramp Etiquette 101. Have your boat ready to go before you get to the ramp? Well, these guys missed that section. They've been here loading this boat now for about 4 or 5 minutes on the ramp. Feel bad for the person who's sitting up here holding the line, though, because she's just sitting there. And I don't think they're anywhere near being ready to go. We're going to come back to these guys. Now, this is an interesting looking boat. It definitely looks like a speedboat of some kind. But I'm trying to figure out if this is a retrofit, or if this was originally an outboard engine, or if it was an IO. If anybody knows what kind of boat this is, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, but it's just unique. I have not seen this one down at the ramp yet, and our crew is about to make their approach, but for some reason, our guy in the front looks just a little nervous. Now, I don't know if that's nerves from Cap. Maybe he's never done this before, but here we go. Our guy goes for the leap, and he's good, and quick reaction time. He actually turns around and gets the push off as well. And now it appears, oh, Cap's still got it in reverse. We're going to have a little tug of war down here at the ramp. My man's going to muscle through it, though. He had to actually pull pretty hard to get that one back going. And our guy's going to get down here and give another little push off. Man, if we all had an assistant like this at the ramp, life might be a whole lot easier. Especially, like, there's like 6 other people on the boat, and everybody's just kind of staring. Our guy was kind enough to climb all the way up onto the bow of this boat, stand up there and take the risk that the captain could knock him off. And everybody else now is just kind of staring at him like, yeah, bro, finish the job. Our guy's kind of finally like, yeah, if you guys aren't going to do anything, why don't you, I don't know, toss me a rear line. And here we go, and we're going to get both lines on the dock, and it looks like we're going to get this vessel in. And finally, it looks like we're going to get a little help up on the dock as well. And this is our crew we were visiting with earlier, and yes, they're still loading their boat over on the dock. And, you know, we got a little bit of everything going in here. I mean, it's just hilarious to me to see this. I mean, they're just literally taking this dock up, loading the boat. I don't know why they didn't do it in some kind of staging area. Do it before you get to the ramp. But guys, don't do this down at the ramp. And Our Lady's still holding the line, too. And I got a little throttle happy here, but this is never a fun situation. It looks like we've got one motor down. Now, most of the time, people would probably think, well, this still isn't that bad. The problem is the one motor that's running is no longer centered, so it's different than operating a typical boat with a single outboard motor because it's on one side, so it actually does create a little bit of resistance, and it makes it a little more difficult than you would think to actually try and get this into the dock. So our cap's a little bit all over the throttle, but it sounds like they're having some other issues as he's going in and out of gear as well. He's going to have a little tough time. His current wind's going to try pushing him away from this. He's trying to pull it back. He's still getting a little throttle happy, which is a little scary with my man standing on the side here. Oh, we're going to have some roughing the dock right up front. And you got to basically go for it at this point in time. I mean, we already know it's going to be a struggle, and there we go. He finally gets up there off to the front. We got a little assistance coming in here as well. Oh, that's our guy who muscled the other boat on. And we're going to get some stern lines and probably get this boat tied off. This really is a tough one. If you've never experienced this in a boat, it's not as easy as it sounds. The boat does not want to do the things you think it would want to do when one motor's to the side like this. And yes, our crew is still loading on the ramp. What in the world are they going to do with 57 baguettes? Maybe they're opening a sandwich stand on Biscayne Bay. So if anybody's out there, maybe you're hungry out at the Haulover sandbar, look for this vessel because it looks like they are serving sandwiches, and maybe that's what's taking so long to get this thing loaded. And these guys are having engine troubles too. This is our second vessel of the day coming in like this, and our guy's trying to get this one restarted. Other gentleman's coming back to the helm. Oh! Yeah, something's definitely wrong here. I don't believe that was what they were intending to do. So they're trying to figure out their issue. See if they can get this restarted. It looks like it's going to be some type of gear issue because it looks like the shifter's stuck. So they're going to try and get this started again. And we got a little action. Oh! And yeah, I think that thing's probably in trouble right there. Got a little Concept 30 pulling up here. Well, a little Concept 30, that's a notion, right? But it looks like, yeah, they're talking to this guy, and they're going to give him a hand getting in. Good Samaritan vessel to the rescue. But this is a tight area down here at the dock. You can tell there's a lot of people. We got a couple jet skis floating and a lot of boats. It's a busy day. So it'll be interesting to see how this captain gets these guys in, because we are in narrow quarters to be basically taking a 30-foot boat, mixing it with what appears to be another, 13 to 15-foot boat. It's going to make for an interesting situation. So our captain here off the vessel in distress has tossed it to the first mate on the Concept 30, and we've got a line attached, so we're about ready to get some action going. And the Concept 30 is going to go ahead and start setting up. And he's lost his first mate, so now the captain of the Concept is going to have to prep his vessel on his own while trying to tow a vessel here to get it into the dock. And I can't tell. I thought the first mate was going to tie this rear line off onto the rear cleat, the stern cleat on their boat. But it appears she's still just holding the line. And we've got our first push off. Now the Concept's going in reverse into this vessel, so I'm assuming we're going to get another push off here. Tough day today down here at the ramp, man. 2 boats in a row where we've had engine failure, and that's just never a fun one. I mean, this vessel was small enough. If they had an oar or something on there, they probably could have just rowed themselves over to the dock. And I guess it's going to be a little bit easier having this boat tow them in. I'm still a little confused why first mate's going to play Tug of War with these guys, though, and hold the line, but they're not moving very fast. She's all right, and who am I to question the Good Samaritan vessel when they're going to help somebody out? However they choose to do it, it's how they choose to do it. And our cap's still trying to do a little bit of everything here. He's still trying to secure lines and get this boat safely into the vessel while towing another vessel. And we're going to go in for our final approach, and let's see how this captain handles it. Will he get his sea tow license today? I guess these guys with the skis probably could have moved their skis out of the way. I mean, they know this guy's in distress here because he basically broke down right in front of them. But they're kind of just going to hang out. And the Concept 30's got a pretty solid line. And it's still just the Tug of War with the first mate. And even the gentleman on the smaller vessel, it appears, is holding the line, but I think they've got it tied down also. He's going to be coming in a little hot. See if they can get the push off on the dock. They do, however, appear to have a pretty solid line. The ski appears to be in the way a little bit, so they may have to push off that as well. But overall, pretty impressive pulling by the Concept. Once again, this is something that's not easy as well. I mean, a boat just drifting behind you is kind of going to be at the mercy of the wind and currents. Well, our guy was trying to dock, and it proved to be a little too difficult, and now he's swimming it over to the dock. I mean, when you can't quite get your vessel over there, sometimes you just got to figure out a way to get it done. Kind of like our guy's doing right here. So he's got it over here, but as we can tell, there's not really any way he's going to get on the dock from this. So he's going to either have to climb back on the ski or go ahead and maybe just keep on swimming it right up to the ramp. Like the other ski we see here, who's basically just beached on the ramp. But this one's a little different, actually. This is the first time I've seen a ski beached on the ramp here at 79th where they've done it stern first, which is on the metal ride plate. I guess maybe that's better than the fiberglass. Still don't know why you can't just toss a line out, though, and tie it off onto the dock. But this seems to be a pretty common thing down here at 79th. We watch these guys all the time just literally let these things float around, and they wind up having to dive in or lasso them later or just push them up on the dock like the other guy did. So our guy appears to be moving back to the stern of the ski, so it looks like he's going to get back on. And I guess we're going to because he's far enough away from the dock now. He's going to have to try and get this thing back over to the dock again. And it looks like he's kind of struggling with the rear step, or, I mean, part of the problem is the life jacket appears to be too big. Or at least just not adjusted correctly. So our guy's trying to get up here. And he finally looks like he's got some kind of footing on there. Maybe he can do it. And yes, he's going to get up here. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, be sure to check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who gets us a bunch of great images down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here as well.